Hello, this is Dr. Venus Opal Reese with Defy Impossible TV, and I welcome you to our very first Get Your Paper Girl Bootcamp. Okay, very excited. It's a whole new initiative, a little nervous, hoping it turns out. This is like, in a lot of ways, take two, because I want to make sure that I serve you at the highest level. Okay, and we're going to spend a couple of minutes together and let me just share a little bit about myself with you, just in case you don't know me. And I have some content for you, and I have some resources. Okay, so the first thing is it's great. I'm still doing my thing, and it's showing me that there are people here. So I'm like, wow, they didn't leave. I'm not finished. So I was like, I am not finished. Um, I am doing a recap. I want to do a recap because I did not record the full session, and I know there are people who couldn't make it tonight, and I don't want you not to get the information. So thank you for your patience with me and your grace. I just want to make sure I give you the best I have, right? So we're talking about wealth. What does it mean to be wealthy? Now, let me say a couple of things. Because of my background coming up off the streets, I'm very, very, very steeped in how survival impacts your income. And as Black women, we've been trained, we have been cultivated and rewarded to work hard, to self sacrifice, to barter, to trade, to earn it, to prove it, to make it. You name it, we've done it, right? And we think that survival is us. And it's not. It's just that we've been rewarded for it for decades that we really do think it's us, and it sincerely is not. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about is wealth. Now, I'm only going to be able to give you a nugget here, but at the defyimpossibleevent.com, I have a whole 3-day training on this. All right. And I invite you, please come join me. Come to Delicious Dallas, okay, October 10th through 12th, 2013, and come be with me. I mean, this is something that I've given my life to. As far as I'm concerned, Black women matter. And yes, I have brothers who show up. I have sisters from other misters who show up. But I believe in you. And I am so committed that you never have to slave again on any level. So my life's work is to feed you, to empower you emotionally and economically as a Black woman who's educated, who's successful, and who's sick of making other people rich. Holla. Okay? So I focus on talking to Black women because that's the language I know. People are welcome to come, but you go first. I feel like Black women have not been put first, but on my campus, in my life, you get to be first. You get to be the center, not the margin. Okay? And again, other people are welcomed, but you are who I'm speaking to. Okay? And they can eavesdrop, they can listen in. But this is for you. Okay? And so back to this whole conversation about wealth. Well, I really do have a value on understanding that, and this is going to sound crazy when I say it, all right, that you actually will make more by working less. I know it sounds nuts. I know it sounds crazy. And I know that as Black people, if we don't work hard for it, we don't trust it. We don't trust it. We don't trust it. We think it came too easy, or there's something slick about it, or some kind of trickery with it, right? And that's not necessarily the case. But again, because of the history of slavery and oppression that we have inherited, we really have been rewarded for slaving. And I mean that in the most extended sense of the word, not just picking cotton personally, but also slaving in the workplace, doing twice as much work as anybody else to be rewarded and get paid half as much, right? Or having to go to organizations and try to figure out how their stuff fits you, and you have to tweak it and twerk it and bend into a pretzel because it wasn't designed for you. It was designed for you to win. Holla, come with me, okay? It wasn't designed for us. And I'm not angry, I'm not mad, I'm not anti anybody. I'm just very pro you. Okay? And so when it comes to wealth, wealth is not about working harder. Okay? In fact, wealth has very little to do with work at all. Now, I know it sounds like that sounds kind of cavalier or kind of fantastical, but that's because we have been rewarded for slaving. So, of course, it's going to sound like, what? How can I make money? Well, you make money by monetizing your worth. That's how you make money. Okay? That's, let me just cut to the chase. The way you make paper is you monetize your bloody worth. All right. Now, before you can monetize your worth, you're going to have to figure out some things. And that's what we're going to be covering at the Defy Impossible event in Dallas on October 10th through 12th. Because you're going to learn how to identify your big money maker, your big money message in your mess for the masses. You're going to learn how to position yourself as a elite thought leader or a boutique business or an exclusive luxury brand so you can command top dollar and get it. Holla, okay? You're going to also learn how to turn your money pain into money gain. You see what I'm saying? See, these are things that we don't talk about. When we talk about Black people, I cannot tell you. I've been doing I created the We Matter movement for Black women in business, okay? And I'm looking on the internet, and it's amazing to me how much we talk about Black women and white men, or Black women and hair, or Black women in shoes, but there's nobody talking to us about making our own money. What? Okay. I want to say bad things, right? But I'm saying all that to say that Black women spend $400 billion a year. A year. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. And yet less than 2% of all business women ever break the six-figure mark. I'm sorry, the seven-figure mark. I'm not okay with that. And it's not because we don't have cute cards or cute shoes or a logo or a website. It's because we don't know how to monetize our worth. I'm going to tell you like this. And y'all going to have to love me through this because I know, please God forgive me because I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings. And if I do, I love you enough to hurt your feelings. Okay? Here's what I want you to hear. White women as a group, not as individuals, if you look at how the market talks to them, it talks to them about getting courage. Get courage, be brave, step out, self-esteem, all that. And I'm not suggesting courage isn't a good thing. But I don't know a Black woman who's come through some things who don't already have courage. Holla if you hear me. So I'm gonna tell you to your face, you don't need courage. If you look at what you've done in your life, what you need to do is monetize your worth. That's two different things. Okay? You don't need courage. You need skill. You need a blueprint and a guide to monetize your worth and stop giving your stuff away from free. Ntozake Shange is one of my favorite poets. I love her. She saved my life. I was at an all-white school, and long story, y'all. I became Black in Ohio. We'll talk about that at the live event, okay? But I was around a lot of white people. It was poor white people, which is different from rich white people. See, rich white people already know they have power, so they don't have to flex. Poor whites, they flexing all over the place, right? So I was in some situations, and I had to choose. What was I going to stand for, right? And I realized that white people have systems. As a rule of thumb, they have systems, okay? And Black people, we haven't been taught systems. We haven't. We just haven't been taught systems, okay? So I'm committed to teaching you systems. Systems that work, systems that make money that's proven. So you don't have to spend your time trying to figure it out on your own. Okay? I mean, it's just not necessary. But you got to get to Dallas to get the training, to get the tools so you can do you on your own terms. Whatever that looks like for you. It may be millions, it may be six figures, it may just be a lifestyle, being at home with your kids. But you can't have worth if you don't know, if you can't have wealth if you don't know how to leverage your worth. Okay? So I want to give you one particular tool that I use for myself that actually has been with me for years, that I teach all of my private VIP clients. Okay? And again, it's going to be something I'll be covering at the defyimpossibleevent.com October 10th through 12th in Dallas, Texas, at the La Meridian Dallas Galleria Hotel. It is a gorgeous boutique hotel. It is so swanked out. It has so much swag. I was like, oh, oh, yay! I love it. Give a shout out to Candy for knocking out the park. My event planner, she's gangster. My whole team is gangster, y'all. They're beast at everything. Everybody on my team is a beast at whatever they do, right? And so clearly we roll hard, right? But it's going to be a glorious, high-end, beautiful event that will transform your life and teach you how to make big money on your own terms. Okay, as a Black woman, based in your lived experience. Okay, because I've been trained by white people with systems. There you go. You can't have a PhD from Stanford and not learn systems, right? So anyway, what I was saying before I distracted my own self, I got happy about the hotel, y'all, is that one of the tools that I teach my clients, my VIP clients, my private clients, has to do with, like I was mentioning earlier, how to work hard, not work hard, work less. Well, you can't really do that if the behavior that you have been rewarded for is to be a go-getter or to be nice or to overcome. All of those are survival. That's just like knee-jerk. Those are knee-jerk reactions that you have no say-so with. You see? So what I teach my students, or how I mentor, I'm a mentor, y'all. People say, coach, I suck at coaching, all right? But I'm an awesome mentor. And some people say there's no difference. I'm like, we could talk about that. But what I do want to express to you is that if you want to shift the behavior, okay, in all seriousness, I tease a bit, but if you want to shift the behavior, if you want to change your behavior, don't try to change how you feel about it. Don't try to change your actions, like strong man, your strong hold you into something. Don't try to necessarily change your thoughts about it. Okay, have you noticed it don't really work? All right, what you can do that works every time, and give it a try, and let me know if it worked. Okay, what you can do is, how can I say this? Shift or change your measure for success. Shift or change your measure for success. You see, if you change your measure for success, your behaviors change naturally. Make sense? If you change your measure for success, your behaviors, your thoughts, your feelings is like a domino effect. They naturally shift, naturally, with no effort. And this is what I'm really good about with my clients. This is why I was able to generate over 3 million in 2 years for my clients, is because we don't spend our time trying to fix ourselves. My job is to teach you how to harness all that survival you've inherited, all that survival you've experienced in your life, and harness it as fuel for your jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring, lavish, and luxurious future. Okay? So this is one of the ways that we do it, is you don't try to change your behaviors. You shift, you change the measure for success. So if you think about all that efforting, all that hard work you're doing to get somewhere, you have a point. You're doing it for some reason. There's some outcome you're committed to. And the outcome could be security. The outcome could be peace. The outcome could be fulfillment. The outcome could be freedom. If you think about it, right? And you have to discern for yourself, well, why am I slaving so hard? Sometimes you're doing it like, I want to prove somebody wrong, which means you just want respect, right? So, or acknowledgement or appreciation. Here's what I'm suggesting strongly that will work every time, okay? Shift your measure to what you want the outcome to be. So for example, I like to win. I like to play games. I turn everything into a game. Like, okay, the water drinking is like, oh, game here. So I'm into games. But what I'm trying to say, I distracted myself again with the water, y'all. Forgive me. No focus. Swirl. That's me. But I like to win. I like to produce. I love producing results. That's fun for me. I actually like getting things done. I'm like, I make lists in my sleep, right? I enjoy accomplishing things, especially when they look like it can't be done. All right. So I can easily fall into getting driven. Does it make sense? I can easily fall into forcing an outcome and pushing. But I know that that's my proclivity because that's how I've survived, right? You don't get 4 degrees, the second master's and a PhD from Stanford without pushing through, right? Um, but what I've done is I shift my measure for success from producing a result because that result for me represents peace and joy. So my measure isn't about the result. My measure for success is, am I peaceful? Is there joy here? And even if I get the result and there's no peace and no joy, then it wasn't successful. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm saying to you, I'm inviting you to, I dare you. This defy impossible dare. I dare you to change your measure for success. Change your measure for success and see what happens. And then then chat me up and let me know. And you can always find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Venus Opal Reese. Okay, please post your comments. I want to hear from you. We're going to be running all kinds of promotions and fun stuff. Facebook fun is what I'm calling it. There's all kinds of stuff coming down the pike. But I invite you to please be friends with me. Be my friend. I need you. I do. Be my friend. And Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. I'm just saying, like, I want to hear from you. I want to know you. I do. I want to know you. I want to interact with you. I want to know what I'm providing is useful. Because if it's not, I want you to tell me, and then tell me what to give you that will be. I'm going to be doing these little short videos. I think they're on Tuesdays. I don't know what I want to call them, but Tuesdays. But if you have questions, you post them on the Facebook page. And then I'm going to do a short video. I may not have a makeup, y'all. I'm not getting cute every night. That's just crazy. All right. But maybe I will. But I'm saying I want to feed you. I want my work to be valuable. This is how I've chosen to live my life. And I want to make it matter. But I can't do that if you don't give me feedback. Okay? Okay, great. So that's my recap. I'm gonna check on the. I'm going to take a gander, and I'm gonna see if there are any questions before I wrap this up. The second time's a charm, and I love that I have the kind of I don't know. I love that I have the kind of. I thank God for my heart that I have the kind of heart that says, you know what, we didn't do it the first time. Let's do it here, okay? Uh, Let me see if there are any comments, and it's okay if there aren't because I just want to because there may be people who, oh my God, there are people here. Okay, that keeps surprising me. Um, Oh, thank you, Valerie. She says, "Great job, Dr. Reese. Working less is a revolutionary concept for me, but I hear you holla, preach, and thank you so very much. Putting the concept into effect immediately. Yay, Valerie! I'm gonna say yay to Valerie because I did not know that she had said that. Yay. Okay. Yay. Thanks. Okay. So that's great. So aren't y'all glad I'm not the kind of chick who gives up? And then there's another young woman from O Taste and See Catering. It says, "Hi, Dr. Reese. I'm a caterer in Tampa, Florida. I have been in business for 10 years. I want to know how to attract customers who are willing to pay what my services are worth. I seek to attract customers who want my services but don't want to pay a fair price. I find myself adjusting my price, girl. I find myself adjusting my prices to satisfy these customers. But in the end, I'm disappointed because I feel like that I have cheated myself. How do I change this?" This is a great, awesome question. Thank you so much, Taste and See Catering. This is the breakdown. Your marketing message is weak. I promise you, if I looked at your marketing message, I could show you. And again, we'll be covering this at the Defy Impossible live event in Dallas, October 10th through 12th. Because this whole thing about people not affording you, it's not that at all. You're not making the value crystal clear. Does it make sense? And if you cannot crystallize the value, I mean, really, like, till it's like so vivid for people, and there's so much pain about it that they are thanking God that you're offering them a solution. That has to do with your message. Okay? So there's the piece around really honing in and reviving your message, um, so that it speaks directly to your dream client. Okay, and a dream client is different than an ideal client. All right, and that's one of my distinctions that really changes the game. All right, but in terms of mindset, the only reason you are willing to adjust your prices is because you don't know your worth. You see, you're afraid that if you actually stick your guns, you're going to lose something. And you are right, you will lose something. You'll lose cheap people. But if you actually stand your ground and you're crystal clear for yourself of what it would cost them to not have your service, you won't back down. And I can promise you this, if you're backing down with your prices, you're backing down in your life, because your rate is the declaration of your value of yourself in the world. Okay? And it's almost like you have to raise people up to your value because everybody's trying to get by. So, part of what I teach my clients is how to position themselves as a high end leader. Okay? Meaning that you only do high end. I only do high end. I don't know how to explain it. I don't do low end stuff. It's just not my choice. Okay? I know that if people do my work, they will make millions. If they give me 1 to 3 years, I can do that. You see what I'm saying? And I've done it. So I don't have any doubt on me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying to you, O Taste and See Catering, that you got to get like the fierce about your belief in what you provide and really calculating in dollars and cents and emotions what it costs people to not do your work. You see what I'm saying? If you're attracting clients who don't want to pay for your services, then you got to start laying out for them what it's going to cost them to not take your service. Do you see what I'm saying? And not just the monetary loss, but also the emotive loss. Are they going to lose relationships? Is their marriage going to suffer? Are they going to lose communication with their kid? In terms of food, are they going to lose their health? Are they going to lose their relationship because their body is out of shape? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get real kind of gangster with it. You got to be willing to speak truth to power so that people feel the pain of not paying you what you're worth. And the thing is, you may have to turn down 2 or 3 people until you get that it's okay to turn them down and trust that the universe, that God is going to bring you the right people. I cannot tell you how many things I've turned down. It's crazy. I've turned down so much because I refuse to compromise on my integrity or my worth. And I'm gonna tell you, I've turned down a lot, okay, and I've started over a bunch of times, okay. But the quality of people who are attracted to me now are priceless. They don't haggle me for my pricing, for my rates. They do the work. They show up hungry. They call me if they, you know what I'm saying? Like that's because I stopped settling. Okay. And I really started to value my work. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing and I'm gonna stop. Is I this is how I live my life. I believe that my business is my calling. I don't think of my business as a business. I see my business as the vehicle by which I fulfill my destiny. So to me, the work I do is how I honor my relationship with God. And that means everything to me. So I'm not going to bastardize my relationship with God for a few pennies. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm fierce about that because it matters to me. You got to get that crystal clear about yourself, what matters to you, that you are unwilling to compromise on. And when you do that, the people who know you're for serious, they'll show up because the universe will realize that it can move through you to serve them. Okay, great question. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to honor that. I'm going to tell. I'm going to say. I want to say. I'm texting you. Thanks for this question. We're going to replay this on Saturday so you can actually hear the response. this um this response will be replayed on Saturday. Yay! But thank you, O Taste and See Catering. I'm happy that that you were here. So thank you. All righty then. Yay! Oh, my hair. Okay, so there you go. I am satisfied. I feel like I did the damn thing. Thank you, God, for second chances. And now we have something to give people who couldn't be here live. So yay! Yay! Oh God, this is so cool. All right, again, so my name is Dr. Venus Soper Reese with Defy Impossible TV. Amazing, right? And please go to defyimpossibleevent.com to get all the details for the live event happening October 10 through 12, where I'll be teaching you how to position yourself as a high-end leader so that you get paid top dollar for what you're worth. Okay, go check it out. Go look at the testimonials, read the page, get your ticket. And I didn't say this time, but I'm gonna say it now. There's a nasty rumor going around that I may be doing a business segment for the Ricky Smiley Show. And I'm not, God, let God's will be done, right? It'll do what it do, right? But if it happens, that's 2 million people, okay, on a daily. It's crazy, right? So I'm saying I cap how many people who can come to my event because I want to know you. I'm not trying to be like a billion people. Like, I cap my stuff, okay? So if I resonate with you, okay, if you can see that you would allow me to love you and to pour into you, please go check out the site. Just check it out. Take a few minutes to scroll it, check out the video, check out the words, and see if it is a match, if it will serve you. And there's a beautiful bonus there, okay? Some beautiful bonuses. So I just want to I'm inviting you to come be with me in Dallas. I would be honored to be with you and to serve you, okay? So again, this is Dr. Venus Soper Reese with Defy Impossible TV. And please know that you are worth so much more than you have ever been taught to believe. Goodbye for now.